So in this video, I'm going to show you my new favorite method of finding proven products. So proven products, in my opinion, are by far the easiest products to sell because they're well proven. When I say proven, then I mean products that have proof behind them, they have data behind them, and they have evidence that they're actually good products and they're actually selling as well. Now, don't get us confused with looking on AliExpress at AliExpress order numbers. Many beginners, when they first get started in dropshipping, they may not have heard of AliExpress before, so they'll go into AliExpress, they'll find a product such as this sponge holder that has nearly 17,000 orders, and immediately they think it's a good product. But when you're doing product research on AliExpress, what you have to consider or keep in the back of your mind is that maybe dropshipping orders are probably 15, maybe maximum 20% of the overall order volume on an average. That's not for every single product, that's just across the whole platform. So just because a product is selling well on AliExpress doesn't necessarily mean it's a good product to dropship. So again, going back to this example of the sponge holders, yes, there's 16,500 orders nearly, and they're really cheap, but I challenge anyone right now watching this video to try and sell these profitably and make over 10k. It's just not going to be possible because the margins just aren't there. For us to sell these successfully, you have to work on a ballpark number of, say, plus £15 to allow for your marketing costs. So to try and sell these for £20, I think anybody out there, even the best marketers, are really going to struggle. So in this video, I want to take you through a demonstration of a new tool that I've been using recently. It's one that I've actually paid for by myself through my own money. The only tools and resources and apps, whatever it may be, that I suggest in my videos will only ever be ones that I've tried and tested myself. I get questions all the time: when are you going to release a TikToks video, or when are you going to release a Google Ads video? And the truth is, I'll only ever put out information once I'm confident that I can back it up through my own experience. So with that being said, before we jump into it, I do release videos every Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. When you're watching this video, it will be Saturday, next video will be Monday, and the planned video for that day is 5 proven products that I've actually used Salesforce to find. And I'll go through all the information, back the products up, retail prices, profit margins, interest to target on Facebook, as well as all the different pieces of the information and data that I use to essentially decide whether a product is proven or not and whether it's worth committing to and actually committing the resources to testing. Without any further ado then, let's jump into my computer and let me show you Salesforce. So this is the Salesforce homepage. There's many different things in which you can do on this software. Too many to mention in one video, and to be honest and upfront with you, I don't actually use all of the different tools and things and that you can do with it. Basically, there's only maybe 2 or 3 things that I find useful for my own research, and they're going to be things I demonstrate in this video. But obviously feel free to try the software yourself. I believe it comes with a free trial and you can have a play around and see how you like to use it. So the first thing you can do on Salesforce then, if I draw your attention to the left hand column, if we go to stores, lots of different information about pretty much every Shopify store out there. So on the left we have the name, in the center we have the monthly traffic, which is verified by Salesforce themselves. I'm not 100% sure how they come to this conclusion, but when you compare it against other tools, so for example, I've forgotten the name, if I click up here, what's it called, SimilarWeb, then the actual traffic to the site seems to match up relatively similar, so it's going to be in and around the correct range. Products, 1.5 products on the website, and it also tells you what theme they're using too. So if we go to the themes tab over here on the left hand side, we can see that the top theme used by all the Shopify stores out there is a debut theme. There's currently 2,818 stores using the debut theme. What's really nice about Salesforce too is that if we actually click on the debut theme, we have all these different filters, and essentially we can see the different sizes of different stores using the free debut theme. There's a lot of there's a lot of people out there which would say that free themes are just not up to standard, you can't make money using them. But let's just have a look, say, at the top 3 or 4. We can see we have PetMe, which is 3.3 million monthly traffic using the debut theme. So it just goes to show you can make money using the free themes if you do everything else correctly. Let's go back to our stores tab then, because there's a lot more information on here to show you. So Salesforce will track pretty much every Shopify store, not just dropshipping ones. So this is where the filters at the top come in handy. So for a start, we can filter by country. I like to go straight to the UK because I want to see what's selling in the UK. Then I do a separate search for the US to see what's selling well in the US, because what tends to happen is things will sell really, really well in the US first, because that's where the majority of dropshippers go to. It's just America are really good at setting trends. It's just the way it is. And then the products will start to kind of filter out and start selling well in other countries. So if you do a search starting with the US and you find a product that's selling really well, you can then come back into Salesforce, filter by different countries, and see if there's any other country in which it's selling into. If it's not, then it might be a case in which there's opportunity to be one of the first advertisers to actually bring and dropship that product to that specific country. So I'm going to be focusing on UK stores, only dropshipping stores too, because I want to be looking at products that I can source myself. I always leave this as any stores. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what a verified store means, and then this is basically just different ways of filtering it. So if we go traffic high to low, then in theory we're going to be looking at the biggest dropshipping stores on Shopify that Salesforce are currently tracking. So what I like to do from this point onwards then is, the main thing I'm kind of focusing on is the images. To be honest, I'm trying to find, and the name in fact, what I'm trying to find are stores that sound really dropshippy and sell the kind of like stereotypical AliExpress products, because these are the one I'm going to be interested in. One of the biggest advantages to Salesforce too, well, not one of the biggest advantages, but a good thing about it is you can open all of these up into different tabs, whereas one of the annoying things, say, about Sell the Trend, which is another tool that I use myself, you can't actually do that. So you can't copy and paste and send different links to people. So it's just a nice little extra thing that I really like about Salesforce. So scrolling through then, we have ShopZoo. Let's open up that. These look like the stereotypical kind of AliExpress products that we'll be able to find. So does Light Strips, but I'm going to stay away from that for now. 200k traffic isn't enough for me. Let's go for High Vis Sport. And then at the bottom here, we have Dogs Loves Store. So that sounds like the typical kind of dropshipping dog store. But if I open it up, we'll take a look and see what we find. So starting with Fur Baby Friend then, one of the tabs we opened, this is where we can find out a lot of information about the products that a store is selling, and also whether they're the best seller. So we know roughly this store is doing 450k average monthly traffic. If we go to the products tab, we can see what their best selling product is. So it gives us a pretty good idea of what's selling really well for these guys, and if they're getting this amount of traffic, then it just goes to show that product must be a good one. It's proven to sell, otherwise it wouldn't be a best-selling product for a store that's doing these sorts of volumes. Let's check out shopzoo.com then. This doesn't really make sense to me, so let's go to their products tab. We can see again kind of like a stereotypical dropshipping product. Their 3-in-1 silicone removal and caulking multi-tool seems to be their best-selling product. If we open up their URL and head over to their Shopify store, we'll be able to see kind of whatever products they sell and just get kind of more of a feel of what kind of business they are and whether we can actually learn anything from them and actually replicate anything from them. So straight away, this looks like they debuted a fire theme to me. We can always double check all the information from Salesforce too. We can use, there's so many different Chrome extensions out there, but we can use one called Koala Inspector to see what theme they're using. They are indeed using Debutify theme. If we go to products, bestsellers, these guys are actually hiding them, which is no problem. We can scroll down through and see the kind of products in which they're pushing, which would typically be the ones on the home page. Looking at the bestsellers collection then, now obviously there's no guaranteeing these are their best-selling products, because you can put any products you want into a collection and then call that collection bestsellers, but it still gives you an idea of what kind of products they're pushing and what products they're going to be advertising. So let's double check the information then from Salesforce. Let's bring in our tool, Chrome extension, called SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb have it roughly about the same kind of 200k to 300k monthly visits. And then if we hit the More Insights button, which is going to take us to the SimilarWeb website, we'll be able to find out where this traffic is coming from. And once we know that, we've learned something about the site, we'll know whether we can replicate it and whether these products are actually working on the platform in which you want to be selling on. So traffic to ShopZoo by country, we obviously can see that US 25%, which shows obviously they must have a lot of US customers. India, interestingly, and so is Brazil too. Let's keep scrolling down then, we can see traffic sources for ShopZoo, and we can see that 72% of them are coming from social. So if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say a lot of this traffic is probably coming from Facebook, but I do believe that SimilarWeb actually tells us a bit more information about that traffic. So 72% from social, and actually 95% is coming from LinkedIn, which is actually really bizarre. I've never seen that before. They must be running quite a lot of LinkedIn ads. Now, I don't know a lot about LinkedIn ads. I don't know if you can see what ads people are running, but it'd be interesting to kind of delve a bit deeper into that to see which products they are actually advertising and which ones they are pushing. Let's go back to the stores then, in which we found at the beginning. So we have Dogs Love Store. Let's open up the tab, take a look at their website. We can also check out their best-selling products. Number one is the stainless steel name tags, and then number two is we have this dog's bathing massage brush. So let's take a look on their website. First of all, I'm going to check out Koala Inspector to see exactly what their best-selling products are. It matches Salesforce, which goes to show Salesforce may be actually quite accurate, because on that previous store it showed us the best-selling products, whereas Koala Inspector didn't. So maybe we can actually trust Salesforce more than I originally thought. So number one is the stainless steel name tags, and number two is the dog's bathing massage brush. These guys are driving on average around 300k visitors every single month for this particular dog product, and in my opinion this would be considered a proven product. There's no way these guys would be driving that sort of traffic to these sorts of products unless they were actually selling well. Let's take a look at another example. I'm going to go for High Vis Sport. I think for this time of year in the UK is a really nice time. Lots of people are going to be out and about, commuting, working out in the dark, and these sorts of products are going to be a lot more popular because people want to stay safe, they want to wear reflective gear, and they want to let people know so people can see them and avoid them on the roads, on the pavements, so on and so forth. So again, estimated monthly traffic is around 300k. If we have a look at the best selling products, we've got these mesh leggings. These will do really well in January. I'm guessing they probably, so these launched 7 months ago, which is February time, so that's still kind of when gym stuff is quite popular. This launched 8 months ago and this 8 months ago. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say these guys are gearing up for a really good Q4 and winter, those early months next year, probably because all of this sort of stuff is going to come into demand. And if we take a look at the Google Trends search term for reflective jacket, we can see that kind of towards the end of September, October, November time, the search term spikes massively in popularity. So it just goes to show these again are proven products for this time of year. And this is why I love proven products so much, is because there's so many more people looking to buy this particular product. It becomes a whole lot easier to sell a product that people and more people actually actively looking to buy. Next up on Salesforce, I wanted to show you the apps tab. Works similar to the themes tab. To be honest, it shows you the most popular apps that are installed by Shopify stores. If you're new to Shopify, it's definitely worth checking out because you won't be familiar with what the popular apps are, but you can scroll through. There's up to 34 pages, and the top 2-3 pages are really decent apps that you should definitely install into your Shopify store, have a play around, test 2 weeks on, test 2 weeks off, and see if they actually bring more money to the table than what they actually cost. So definitely worth checking out. Next up, I want to show you the products tab then. So if we hit products, it will take us to the Shopify products section. Now, to be honest, a lot of the products that come up at this point will be more or less useless because it's tracking lots of different products across lots of different Shopify stores, but this is where the filters at the top come in. So again, I'm going to go for, instead of UK actually, let's go for the US and see what's doing really well in the US. Then we can check the UK, and if there's not many people selling it very well in the UK, then like I mentioned earlier on in the video, then potentially there's a gap or some opportunity to be had. So United States of America, we're going to go for dropshipping products. These can be the products in which we can source without having to commit thousands of pounds up front for a bulk quantity. And straight away we're hit with number one bestseller, traffic 1.7 million people a month to betterjuice.myshopify.com. So let's open that up in a new tab so we can check them out. And we can also see that the fulfillment method is through Oberlo. And if I'm not mistaken, the only website in which you can fulfill through Oberlo is for AliExpress. So these guys, betterjuice.myshopify.com, that won't be their URL, it's just betterchoice.co. These guys will be drop shipping from AliExpress, and they're driving 1.7 million visits every single month, which just goes to show this is a proven product. There's no way this would be this popular unless it was selling and actually making them a profit. So let's check out betterchoice.co then and see what kind of information we can find out. We know that estimated monthly traffic is 1.7 million, which is obviously huge. And if we go to the products tab and have a look at the best sellers, we know the best selling product is this kind of interactive pet toy, which they're selling for $30. Launched this 6 months ago. We're going to see number two is kind of like this ice snow shield which you put on your car. Then they have this 4-hole ice ball maker, and as we can see, so on and so forth. Let's take a look at their actual website then and see what kind of setup they've got. So if I'm not mistaken, this looks like the debut theme. Let's check it out on our koala inspector. It's called the motion theme, which is a custom theme apparently. The overall design is quite simple. There's nothing on here that looks overly complicated, that doesn't look replicable or unachievable, which is a good thing. It just goes to show you haven't got to go crazy, haven't got to go super expensive or super complex. You just have to get the fundamentals correctly. The right product, a decent looking store, and tagged in the right people. So this is the product page then for their best selling products for a store which is getting a significant amount of traffic each month. Again, just very simple. This is in fact very similar to the product page template in which I went through in my latest product page video. And just to kind of quickly recap over that, I usually put heading at the top to try and capture the consumer's attention. Have a few good points, you have a GIF. A video will help sell a product 10 times better than any image will. Then they go into the simple features, they go into a how to use and how to lock, the product details, and then the very simple looks reviews app installed. And that's all there is to it. You just need a good product to put in front of the right people and you can get some really good results. They also have the buy with PayPal dynamic checkout button. By default, Google Pay will kind of trump PayPal for some reason, for whatever reason. It's definitely not as popular here in the UK. I'm not sure about the US. If you're from the US, in fact, let me know in the comment section whether a lot of people use Google Pay in America, because in the UK it's typically Apple Pay and PayPal. So if I had to guess, they've disabled Google Pay so people can see straight away they can shop with PayPal, which then instills trust with their customers. On their contact us page, they have a physical address, which again just installs more trust. They come across as more legitimate and a professional and actual real business. One of the most difficult things and obstacles you'll have to kind of overcome is getting your customers to actually trust you, and having all this kind of information which you would expect behind any legitimate business are great ways to do that basically. If we go back to our product section then on Salesforce and filter by best sellers, high to low, we can see at the top leggings, which is no surprise, obviously a super popular product, especially in January when everybody's making their New Year's resolution to get in shape and lose weight. You have the dog water bottle, again a very typical product which has been exhausted quite a lot, certainly in the US and the UK. I'm not sure about other countries. And then we have these Vertex Boosts, which is some sort of soles. So I can see lots of cool different products that you can just jump into, delve into, try and do a bit of research into them. You can find out who's selling them, how well they are, what sort of ads they're running by using the Facebook ad library, by using the tool in which I forgot the name of again, SimilarWeb. So you can see in this video there's lots of different ways in which I've showed you in which you can research into products, find them pretty quickly. In this video we found 2 or 3 really decent ones which we can delve into more. So hopefully after watching this video, if you do go ahead and try out Salesforce, you'll be able to find some of those products yourself as well. And with that being said, guys, I think I've shown you all the features in which I wanted to. So if you're still with me, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you want to see that top 5 proven products video that's coming out on Monday, make sure you hit subscribe too. And one final quick message then before you go. 1st of October, I'm releasing a new course. It's going to completely change the whole dropshipping vibe online. It's a course that I want to make affordable for everyone, so it will cost you less than what your phone is costing you each month. So if you want more information about that and that's of interest to you, please check out the first link in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on Monday in a new video.